The reason that I graduated high school about 16 and college at 20, there were two factors involved. One of them had to do with the New York City school system. At the point I was entering and going into kindergarten, there was apparently a determination to change from twice a year entry and graduations for students to once a year. I apparently went to kindergarten for half a year, but my group that started, say, in January, was pushed into the group that would start first grade the next September. So I lost half a year of kindergarten. So I finished kindergarten early, I was still 5 when I went into first grade. I was 5 years and 4 months, and went through, we lived in Manhattan Beach. So I went to first, second, and third grade in what they called the chicken coop. It was a 3-room schoolhouse, PS 195, that later, after I graduated, became a full-size regular school. And that was like a block from the house, a block and a half from the house. From there, we had to go into Brighton Beach for 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, which meant about maybe a mile walk. Sometime, maybe mid-6th grade, a letter came saying that I was selected to go into what they were calling the SP, or the Special Progress. And that was an accelerated school program for junior high school. And we didn't think anything of it. Sure, why not do that? Why spend all that? Why not move ahead? And so I went to effectively 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, but only within 2 years. So I entered Cunningham Junior High School, PS 234. I think I was 11 going on, yeah. And 2 years later, I found myself in James Madison High School, going on 13. So that's how I ended up being an April baby. I ended up by June being just a couple of months older than 16 when I graduated from high school. Going through 4 years of college directly after that brought me out, graduating in May of 1959. Now you know my age, if you can add it up, and I was 20. One of the outstanding things about Brooklyn College at the time is that women were not allowed to wear pants. We were told, essentially, there was no tuition at that time. We were told that we were sort of students there at the grace of the citizens of New York City, and we should be respectful. And when you think of all the mores and how things have changed now, it's really amazing. I found that the biology department at Brooklyn College was very strong. I really enjoyed all my classes. But those two stood out, one for a more personal reason and one for the subject matter. Professor Tulloch, George Tulloch, was my teacher for parasitology. And I found that a fascinating subject because it really traced the pattern of illnesses as acquired through parasites. And it really became more of a study of public health. And I think of that very much now as we've gone through this world of so many public health crises. And how important it is to know the cycles of organisms, and yet how unpredictable they can be now. I found that he was really an inspiring teacher, and the subject has a lot of relevance continuously that I think about. The other one was Morty Gabriel, Professor Mordecai Gabriel. I call him Morty because he became a neighbor and a personal friend later on. When I had him for one of the early biology courses, he was very interested in marine biology, and he told us that he spent his time at Woods Hole in the summer in Massachusetts, and he spoke about so nicely about his young family, his wife Ellie, and his young daughters. Well, when we moved to Great Neck, lo and behold, I found he lived half a mile from us, adjacent to our synagogue, and I think he was the next president after we moved here of the synagogue. And then we were members of the Shalom Club together, and we got to know the family that I just thought of as this idealized family. We got to know them just as really, really nice people. And everything that he taught was interesting, and the way he presented it was very human. That's the memories of those two teachers. Well, the whole department was good. Professor Pease. I hope other people are remembering them all well too.